Hey there, folks. Before we dive in, I just want to remind you to follow SkyAlert USA so you can catch this video and all our future updates. If you find our coverage helpful, please support us by subscribing, liking, and dropping a comment below. It really helps us out, so thanks a lot. Welcome back to SkyAlert USA, your #1 source for real-time severe weather coverage across the United States and Canada. I'm coming to you live on this Sunday, February 22nd, 2026. And folks, if you live anywhere from Delaware to Maine, you need to stop what you're doing right now and pay close attention. We have a major winter storm unfolding across the northeastern United States as we speak, and the next 48 hours are going to be historic for millions of Americans. Let's break it all down, state by state, region by region, starting with the most dangerous situation on the map right now. Breaking news, folks. We've got a major nor'easter and bomb cyclone hitting the northeast United States from February 22nd through the 23rd. This is not your ordinary winter storm. As of Sunday morning, February 22nd, the National Weather Service has issued blizzard warnings for about 26 million people across New York City, New Jersey, Long Island, coastal Connecticut, and Delaware. An additional 37 million residents are under winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories stretching from Tennessee all the way up to Maine. That's a staggering 63 million Americans under some form of winter weather alert today. Here's exactly what is happening. A powerful low-pressure system developed off the coast of North Carolina early this morning. Over the next several hours, this system is going to undergo what meteorologists call rapid cyclogenesis, also known as a bomb cyclone, dropping in pressure at an explosive rate as it races northward along the eastern seaboard. By Sunday evening, this system will be positioned just off the New Jersey coast, and by Monday evening, it will be approaching eastern Maine. That track is almost perfectly positioned to deliver the worst-case snow scenario for the New York City metropolitan area, Long Island, southern New England, and coastal New Jersey. So let's talk snowfall totals currently forecast. New York City, that's Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens, is looking at 12 to 20 inches of snow, with some localized areas potentially seeing up to 24 inches. That's 2 feet of snow, folks. Long Island could see 16 to 24 or even more inches. The National Weather Service said, and I quote, "There is a reasonable worst-case scenario for around 2 feet or more for Long Island." Coastal areas of New Jersey are looking at 14 to 20 inches, with blizzard conditions making travel impossible. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 8 to 14 inches, with the city mobilizing over 1,000 personnel, 800 pieces of snow removal equipment, and roughly 25,000 tons of salt. Boston, Massachusetts, 10 to 18 inches, with blizzard conditions expected to peak Sunday night into Monday morning. Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, Maryland, 3 to 6 inches, primarily falling Sunday evening. Parts of Virginia, 2 to 5 inches before the precipitation tapers off. This would be New York City's first blizzard since 2016. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani confirmed this at a Saturday press briefing, warning residents that Monday's morning commute will be extremely dangerous. The city has already activated Code Blue operations to get vulnerable and homeless New Yorkers into shelters. Now, wind is the other major threat here. Gusts of 40 to 70 miles per hour are expected at the height of the storm, particularly along the coastlines. Those hurricane-force gusts, combined with heavy wet snowfall, falling at rates of 2 inches per hour, will create near-zero visibility. Full whiteout conditions. The National Weather Service blizzard warning states explicitly, whiteout conditions are expected and will make travel treacherous and potentially life-threatening. Power outages are a serious concern. Wet, heavy snow combined with violent wind gusts will snap tree limbs and take down power lines across a wide area. Tens of thousands of customers could lose electricity throughout New Jersey, New York, and New England. Utility crews are being pre-positioned, but restoration could take 24 to 48 hours or longer in some neighborhoods. And finally, coastal flooding is also on the table. The combination of storm surge, astronomical tides, and onshore wind will push seawater inland along coastal New Jersey, Delaware, and Long Island. Coastal flood watches have already been issued for low-lying areas. Residents near the water need to take this seriously. Governors and state officials are acting fast. New York Governor Kathy Hochul declared a state of emergency Saturday for several counties, including Albany and New York County, and she activated the National Guard. Over in New Jersey, Governor Mickey Sherrill declared a state of emergency starting midday Sunday, and pointed out that blizzard warnings have been issued for the New Jersey coast for the first time since 2022. The Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem put out an urgent message Saturday telling folks, stay home, stay safe, stay warm, and stay off the roads. Widespread flight cancellations are already being processed at major Northeast airports. So if you have travel plans this weekend involving JFK, LaGuardia, Newark, Philadelphia International, or Boston Logan, well, your flight is almost certainly canceled or delayed. Be sure to check your airline's app before going anywhere near an airport. Great Lakes, lake effect, and lake-enhanced snow. While the nor'easter's getting all the attention, the Great Lakes region is facing its own serious winter weather hazard. An upper-level energy disturbance moving across the region is triggering lake effect and lake-enhanced snow downwind of Lakes Erie, Ontario, and Superior. Michigan's Upper Peninsula is really taking a hit. Counties like Baraga, Marquette, Iron, Dickinson, Keweenaw, and Menominee are all under winter storm warnings, with snowfall rates sometimes exceeding 1 inch per hour. Accumulations of 4 to 10 additional inches are expected through Monday evening. Roads in the UP are becoming downright treacherous, and travel is strongly discouraged. Coastal areas along Lakes Erie and Ontario in western and central New York are also getting heavy lake-enhanced snow from the overall storm system. With the nor'easter moving in, total snowfall in parts of upstate New York could end up being pretty darn impressive. Southeast and Gulf Coast, severe thunderstorms and flooding. It's not all snow and ice across the country, folks. Down in the southeast and along the Gulf Coast, that same storm system producing all the snow up north is churning out showers and thunderstorms from the central Gulf Coast through the southern mid-Atlantic region. Heavy rainfall is ongoing across parts of southeastern Georgia, where the Weather Prediction Center has flagged a risk for some localized flash flooding. Precipitable water values, that's a measure of how much moisture is in the air, are running extremely high. And these training storms, where storms just keep moving over the same spot, could drop over 1 to 2 inches of rain in a short time. Folks in low-lying areas of Georgia, South Carolina, and coastal Virginia ought to stay alert through Sunday morning. Plus, the WPC is watching a slow-moving boundary sitting over the southeast that's still interacting with strong atmospheric energy, keeping the storm potential elevated right through Sunday evening. Here's something that'll blow your mind. While the Northeast is buried in a blizzard, parts of the Southwest and Southern Plains are experiencing summer-like warmth. The Weather Prediction Center is forecasting temperatures 15 to 25 degrees above normal across the desert Southwest and into the Texas plains over the next several days. That means highs approaching or even exceeding 90 degrees in parts of Arizona, New Mexico, and West Texas. This dramatic temperature contrast between the frozen Northeast and the baking Southwest is being driven by a large upper-level ridge of high pressure over the western United States. And that's the same atmospheric pattern that's helping to amplify and strengthen the nor'easter along the east coast. Looking ahead, weather eyes across the country should also be watching the west coast. An atmospheric river, that's a river of moisture in the atmosphere, is forecast to move into northern and central California beginning Tuesday, February 24th. The Weather Prediction Center notes that moisture values along this system will be running at or above the 95th percentile, meaning this is an exceptionally wet and powerful atmospheric river by historical standards. Significant rain, mountain snow, and the potential for localized flooding will affect Northern California through midweek. The Sierra Nevada will receive heavy snowfall, which is welcome news for the snowpack and the long-term water supply. However, lower elevations could see fast rising rivers and creek flooding, particularly in burn scar areas. So stay tuned for updates as this event approaches. Canada is really getting hammered by winter weather on several fronts right now. In Ontario, Environment Canada has put out blizzard warnings for parts of eastern Ontario, especially around Ottawa. Looking at Ottawa's forecast for Sunday, you can expect periods of snow with temperatures hovering around -3 degrees Celsius or about 26 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's going to stick around into Monday. The week ahead, it's looking to stay cold, with overnight lows dropping as far as -17 degrees Celsius by midweek. Over in Newfoundland and Labrador, the Avalon Peninsula is under an orange weather warning. That's Environment Canada's second highest alert tier, for a massive snowstorm that's expected to dump somewhere between 25 and 50 centimeters, or roughly 1 to 2 feet of snow through Wednesday night. Folks, this is a serious multi-day event for Newfoundland. Heading way up north to Nunavut, some of the most extreme conditions in North America are happening right now, with a cold warning in effect. Temperatures are sitting near or even below -40 degrees Celsius, and wind chills are plunging between -55 and -60. At those numbers, exposed skin can freeze in just a few minutes, so residents are really being urged to stay indoors and hold off on any non-essential travel. Out in Saskatchewan and across the prairies, there are also orange weather alerts in place, with snowfall and winter storm warnings making travel pretty hazardous all across that region. All right, here's your 3-day outlook for February 23rd through the 25th, 2026. On Monday, February 23rd, the nor'easter is going to be at or near its peak intensity Monday morning. Folks in the northeast will be facing full-on blizzard conditions, near zero visibility, heavy snow, and some really violent wind gusts. I'm telling you, travel will be basically impossible across New York City, Long Island, New Jersey, and coastal New England. Please do not even try to drive. Roads will be totally impassable, and emergency services are going to be stretched real thin. The storm starts to slowly pull away by Monday afternoon and should taper off by late Monday or early evening. But with 12 to 24 inches of snow on the ground, cleanup is going to take a few days at least. Moving on to Tuesday, February 24th, the nor'easter exits to the northeast, but we've got a new threat brewing. A high-pressure system is going to settle over the eastern U.S., bringing some really bitterly cold temperatures in the storm's wake. Wind chills across the northeast could drop to -10 to -20 degrees Fahrenheit Tuesday morning, making it downright dangerous for anyone outside. Meanwhile, the atmospheric river is going to hit the west coast, bringing heavy rain to Northern California and a good amount of snow to the Sierra Nevada. By Wednesday, February 25th, that cold air sticks around the east, but temperatures will start to moderate a bit by the end of the week. Weather models are even hinting at another round of Arctic air possibly pushing into the northern United States by late week, into the weekend of February 27th and 28th. That's all linked to the ongoing polar vortex disruption that's been driving our weather all winter. We'll be keeping a close eye on this, so make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next update. A lot of you folks have been asking, why has this winter been so relentless? Well, the answer is the polar vortex. That's a massive circulation of cold air way up in the upper atmosphere, usually staying locked over the Arctic. But in mid-February 2026, we had a powerful sudden stratospheric warming event that caused the polar vortex to split and collapse. When that happens, cold Arctic air basically escapes and pours southward into the lower latitudes. That means the United States and Canada. This is the same atmospheric mechanism that drove the catastrophic winter storm Fern back in late January 2026. That was the deadliest winter storm in North America since the 2021 Texas crisis, killing more than 171 people and affecting 230 million Americans. The polar vortex disruption is still ongoing, and forecasters are warning that more cold outbreaks are possible through early March. All right, let's wrap up with some final safety reminders. If you're in the Northeast, stay home. Do not drive. Do not go outside during peak blizzard conditions. Make sure you've got at least 3 days of food, water, medications and supplies before the storm hits its peak. Check on your elderly neighbors and family members too. Be sure to charge up your phones and have flashlights ready, just in case you lose power. If you absolutely must go outside, dress in multiple layers and cover all exposed skin. Keep monitoring your local National Weather Service office, local emergency management, and of course, right here on SkyAlert USA for the latest updates. Stay safe out there, America. This is SkyAlert USA.